Rollerblade Tempest 100 versus downtown Houston. This will be my first time rolling down downtown Houston streets with some speed skates. If you're wondering why the socks are a golden color on the bottom, it's because they are copper fit socks, and they also have a padding on the bottom that helps to comfort my foot as I skate. The top of the sock is less padded because there's no need for padding there. So I start off with this inline skate on some bricks just to get the feel of what speed skates feel like on some different types of surfaces before I start to go down any kind of slopes or hills. Trying to find your balance on bigger wheels can be kind of tricky, especially while jumping. So I do a couple of small jumps here before I get into the bigger jumps later. The year model of the Rollerblade Tempest that I'm wearing right now is a 2013 model. This model included the second wheel from the front being smaller than all the rest, which means that it's going to be a 90mm wheel, not a 100mm wheel. They designed it with the purpose of getting lower to the ground so that you can get a quicker and faster stride while going straight. There is a gap in between each wheel that is about 1/4 of an inch. This gap is what's going to prevent you from making sharp turns. So I'm using this skate in a purpose in which it is not designed. So any of the performance that I lack would be for that reason. The Rollerblade Tempest 100 is still an awesome skate. Considering the kind of speed that I get with it, my normal pace would be 6 minutes and 30 seconds per mile on any kind of skate, but with this skate it is an easy 5 minutes and 30 seconds. Not to say I haven't gotten quicker with it, but it is something that will definitely increase your speed by at least 1 minute. At least in my case. Houston has been getting a lot of floods lately, so if you see a lot of dirt and sand on some of the trails, it's not because they don't keep up with it, it's because this is literally a day or two after it just got through flooding, and it just dried up enough to where I can skate. Even after it quit raining here in Houston, we were still getting flood alerts for a week straight after. Ditches, bayous, sewers were all overfilled. If you ever do move to Houston, consider buying a house. Make sure that you check to see that if the area gets flooded or not, because it is an often reoccurring problem in Houston. So far I am loving the speed that I am getting out of these Rollerblade Tempest 100. The bearings that I am using are SG9 bearings. Bearings does make a difference, but not enough to where you're going to notice a whole lot. Right there I just hit a pile of dirt that was unexpected. So basically whenever it flooded this whole area, it left dirt everywhere. So that means all of this was underwater, which doesn't make a very easy and smooth skate. But knowing me, I'm going to find and seek out only the worst areas to skate in. I guess you could say that I have OCD, because I always have to put things to the test like that, including these skates. Use a skate for its purpose and design? Where's the fun in that? I do admit I was going rather slow from time to time with these skates, and that's only because the bigger the wheel, the more energy it takes in order to get up to speed. So that's why these skates are not really made for stop and go. I'm going down a slight decline right now, and what's up ahead is pretty much a dead stop because there's just too much dirt and it's unfinished. So I'm going to go ahead and turn around, find a new pathway, get off this trail, and seek a new adventure for myself. And the road that I've chosen is not very wise. This would be the disadvantage to speed skates because there's a lot of rocks and gravel and dirt right here. And it's at an incline. So I'm really going to have to push myself forward in order to get up this slope. The camera kind of doesn't show the slope as good as I would see it in person, but it is very tiring and exhausting. It's always best to gain speed before you get to a slope than to come into the slope trying to get speed. So I'm out of the slope, and now I'm going to venture off into downtown Houston. Usually I come to Houston on a Sunday after 6 o'clock because parking is free. Today I came before 6 o'clock on a weekday, only because I'm on vacation. So I just wanted to see what the city life was like while it was still running. I've noticed that if you come during the weekday before 6 o'clock, there are a lot more security guards and a lot more police. Plus you have to pay for parking. I was playing it smart. As soon as I saw a security guard, I quickly got off the property, and they didn't bother me any further. I wouldn't think that they would want to waste their time trying to chase me anyway. As old as Houston is, and as big as it is, you would figure that they'd be done constructing on it. But it seems like the construction just never ends. At one point in time, Houston used to be just a small town. Of course, that was way before I was born though. Oftentimes with a speed skate, you'll notice that the durometer, or the hardness of the wheels, are going to be a little higher. Anywhere in between 86 to 90 or above. And the reason for this is so that you can get a faster roll. Anytime that you are rolling faster with a skate that is taller, you want to be more careful with your landings. Your foot can easily twist and go to the side. So I was making sure I was extra careful on this skate, at least until I got used to the roads. And then as I started to enjoy my skate more, I gradually got faster. I guess you could say today I was more of a tourist. rather than a speed skater. I was looking around, checking downtown Houston out, looking and seeing what they have to offer. Right now I am at Minute Maid Park. This is home of the Houston Astros. The Astros is Houston's baseball team. I'm just giving a little quick tour, popping in and out of this place. I'm not really a fan of a lot of sports. I like to live my sport. My wife watches football and soccer more than I do. I will occasionally sit down with her and watch the game, but it's not something that I can't miss. This time around, I really did enjoy this speed skate. If I had another chance anytime soon, I would do it again. I like the feeling that of a continuous roll through the streets on big wheels, and I know there's much more to do. I need more practice with these skates through the downtown Houston area before I can just go all out with them. Even though this is not my first roll through downtown Houston with a pair of skates, there is still a lot of areas of downtown Houston that I have yet got to visit. Downtown Houston is very big actually, compared to a lot of cities. You would definitely find more business people in downtown Houston than tourist attractions. But that is not to say that there are not tourist attractions there. Getting lost on these streets is what I do best. I recognize landmarks more than I recognize the street signs. I probably need to pay more attention to the street signs than what I do. The train tracks or the light rail tracks that you see on the road is an easy way to find your way back to somewhere. That is Main Street. So as soon as you see them, you know you're on Main Street. And that pretty much cuts downtown Houston in half. I just wanted to stop here and really appreciate all the people that have commented on my videos and have helped encourage me. It really is something that does encourage me to continue on to skate. And also the people that have inspired me, such as Dom Lay and Bill Stoppard, Ed Stu. These are the people that have really brought me into this world of inline skating, and watching their videos and people watching mine, it really is an encouragement in the inline skating community. Here just recently, Dom Lay just made a video, and I'm very glad to see that he's back in the game. Inline skating, wherever you're at, whether it be in a park, downtown Houston, it really is something that gets the stress off you from work or anywhere else that you may receive this stress. It's something that it can be very relaxing. It's definitely a hobby I really do enjoy, and just the fact that I can share it with all of you viewers is really something to me. So I hope y'all really do enjoy this downtown view, this little tour. Hopefully after this, you'll be encouraged to make videos of your own. I would enjoy very much watching them. That is one of my reasons for making these videos, is to encourage the inline skating community to go out and skate. Understandably, it's not always an easy thing to do. There has been times where I was just stuck in the house and I didn't feel like going out for nothing. But once I was out that door and I had my skates on, I was ready to go. Even within the first 5 minutes, if I didn't feel like skating, I would just have a relaxed skate. Don't do anything that it would injure myself, so to speak. It doesn't always have to be a hardcore skate to where you're going to take a lot of risk. It just really depends on your mood, your energy level, and what you feel up to. One of the things that can motivate you, though, would be to do something different each time you go out and skate. Go to a new area. Skate in a skate that you've never skated before. Try to learn how to get over certain obstacles, such as stepping up on the curve, going over rough surfaces, patches of grass. Just the normal things on a day-to-day basis that you would find when you go out urban skating. There's nothing wrong with being adventurous, but at the same time, be responsible. Try to stay off the properties. When you're going inline skating, take others into consideration. Try not to do your power slides too close to people to where it might freak them out. You might get an unpleasant surprise. But at the same time, it's always good to enjoy yourself. Me as a person, I like living a little on the edge, but not too close to the edge. I try to keep my boundaries. I try not to step over the line. If I see I'm getting too far and doing something that I shouldn't be doing, I'll back off. As far as pedestrians and dogs and things like these, sometimes you can't please everybody. Sometimes you're just going to have to do what you gotta do to get out of a situation. But that doesn't mean that you have to be mean in any kind of way. Just avoid it. Most of the time, avoiding a confrontation is the best way to go. You want people to look at the inline skating community as something that's enjoyable and fun. You wouldn't want them to look at it like it's something that's rude and disrespectful in any kind of way. So far, most of the feedbacks that I have been getting from skating on the streets, a lot of people, they really do enjoy seeing this. A lot of people miss inline skating. They used to do it back in the day, maybe in the 90s. And this is just a reminder that speed skating or inline skating or roller hockey, it's all still pretty fun. It does take a measurable amount of skill. It is something with practice that can be done. That is why I think it is very important to learn how to stop. In this situation, behind these two young gentlemen, I've done a drag stop first within the first 20 feet just to let them know that I am coming. And then whenever I get about 10 feet from them, that's when I do the initial stop. That way I still keep my distance and I keep my respect. You also have to take into consideration that if you trip and fall, you're going to have room to do that, and you won't hit them. So at this point, I'm pretty much heading back towards Discovery Green Park. I am passing the Minute Maid Stadium. I am pretty much looking for that green bike trail. As soon as I know that I find that, then I'm going to be on my way back. So from this experience yet far with inline skating with speed skates through the downtown area, on a scale of 1 to 10, the best way I can describe it would be that as far as it being enjoyable, I give it about an 8. It is not as hard as you think it would be, considering that there are a lot of long stretches in the downtown area. As soon as you learn how to stop in the skates, everything from there is pretty much a piece of cake. Stopping and going would probably be one of the more challenging things to do in a pair of speed skates. One thing that I have noticed is that whenever I transition from a pair of hockey skates to a pair of speed skates, I notice the difference right away. So it does take me a little bit to get accustomed to it. If you are already wearing speed skates, transitioning to a pair of hockey skates will be easier. But if you are already wearing hockey skates, then transferring to bigger wheels will actually be more complicated, and you'd have to actually tone it down a little bit before you start skating any aggressive moves. Even though it's a little hard to see, Discovery Green is straight ahead. As soon as I pass this light up, let this car pass. Now I am on the home stretch. Discovery Green is on the left across the street, and I will be crossing here in a little while. Here's one last good view of the speed skates, the Rollerblade Tempest 100 with a 90mm wheel, second from the front. Take a look at how low the angle is to the ground. That's how low I have to get in order to do a power slide in these skates with big wheels. The reason being is that these wheels are more aerodynamic and they are skinnier. On wheels on hockey skates or recreational skates, they would be shorter and a little bit fatter. I am already in Discovery Green right now. At this point, I am just cruising around for a little bit before I decide to end the video. This wooden deck that I'm skating on right now, when it is wet, it is impossible to skate on. I almost died last time I tried to skate on it. I really do appreciate y'all for watching the video. Please tune in for next time and enjoy your skating experience.